Over here you have the main quarry, and to the right of it, just directly behind it, you have the fracking site where Tambourne had moved in July of last year. And as you can see, it's a beautiful area with loads of lovely green fields, and we just don't want this destroyed. I mean, look at our lakes, it's just fantastic.
Northern Ireland is famous, Fermanagh in particular, but all of Northern Ireland is famous for its scenery, its fishing, its tourists and visitors. What will we have if that's taken away? I can't imagine people coming to visit pipelines, wellheads, and possibly gas processing plants.
There is huge evidence of the health impact from this. Areas like New York and countries like France, they've all stopped it because of the evidence of the impact of this.
Our air quality will be affected, our water quality will be affected. We need water for our animals, we need water for ourselves, and if we are not able to produce beef and dairy produce to the highest standards that we have become accustomed to, well, that will affect the whole agri-food business.
There is a temptation to maybe go ahead because of money and jobs, and as important as that is, this is not going to be a long-term project. We may be talking about 10 or 15 years, we may talk about more, we may talk about less. But when all the dust is gone and the lorries and the oil and the birds and everything else have disappeared from our landscape, and our landscape has now been soiled and changed forever, what happens then?
I was going through a recent bereavement, just into the third week of my husband's death. I wasn't sleeping very much at night anyway, and I heard a lot of heavy traffic on the road, and I thought, what is all that was going on? And I looked out and I could see lorries and with diggers and heavy machinery aboard them, and police jeeps and other vehicles, and I thought, my God, didn't know what was happening, and no explanation, nobody told us anything. And about 3 hours after, there came letters through our letterbox explaining about this Tambourne group that had moved in, and that they just wanted to make themselves welcome. So by the time we got over here, there was security in behind these gates. These gates were erected, a load of security in there, and the razor wire and everything up. So it was just a scary moment because we didn't know what was happening. And the communities got together and we decided that we were going to do a 24-hour vigil here, which we did do for almost 3 months, or maybe more. And there was never anybody off this site, 24/7 round the clock. There was somebody here at all times.
Fracking is a really serious issue. It comes into an area and affects every aspect of your life, your health, your homes, our heritage. All of it is impacted by fracking and coming into an area. They put out hundreds of 7-acre concrete slabs. From that they set up thousands, there's 9,000 wells proposed for this area, and it transforms the whole area into a toxic industrial wasteland. Each well needs millions of gallons of water. That involves thousands of truckloads coming to that pad, and that's forced down into the earth under extreme pressure. 40% of that comes back up, filled with the chemicals and the toxins that exist naturally in our earth, like radon and benzene, that are radioactive and cancer-causing.
It is very likely in County Fermanagh that the water supply for fracking will be taken from the lochs. It's not absolutely obvious where they're going to get it from. And even if it's treated and recycled, keeping it contained is not going to be a certain process. And if we lose our water supply, we lose our habitat effectively.
Ireland is the biggest exporter of beef in Europe and the fourth largest exporter of beef in the world. and this is very important to the economy of Ireland. And we produce enough food to feed 36 million people. What my father used to tell me was always the two most important things to look after was the water and the soil. Any farmer that I know, he's afraid of fracking.
The frack site is 6 miles here to the west, and this whole area is down for fracking. It's within the licence area. We are downwind of the fracking sites, so anything in terms of methane gases that are let into the atmosphere, that they are going to come in our direction. We are under the threat of fracking. We have a sustainable industry here in farming. We have a clean, green, high quality product, and for hydraulic fracturing to come in, which is a reckless activity that would pollute the countryside and destroy our sustainable agriculture.
Our island is too small and our county is too small, and if fracking is to go on ahead, it's going to change the complete landscape of County Fermanagh. And all the work that has been done in previous years, it will not matter where our tourist board go to sell Northern Ireland. As soon as they mention County Fermanagh, it will become a no-go area.
We don't own the land. Eventually, when we're put into it, the land owns us. And we need to be humble, recognising that, enjoy what we have, protect it, and add to it so that the next generation has something even more beautiful because of the work and fruit of our hands.
The licence is subject to judicial review. It's in the courts. So we're waiting for the outcome of that judicial review, but it's been made clear to us that we're open for licence, and it's rumoured that there's going to be another application for licence, but we're open for business. The way that the government is now, it's basically sacrificing our health, our well-being, our heritage and all aspects of our lives for the profit for fracking for gas.
We have plenty above the soil. If it's energy they want, you have the wind turbines, there's plenty more ways than digging down underneath the ground, but fracking it's a dreadful thing and it's scary.
I think it's wrong, and I think one of the things that is wrong is that it could or can become a political gain. I think this has got nothing to do with politics. I think this is going to affect absolutely everybody in County Fermanagh, and I think they need to realise that very quickly.
People have worked too hard to get where we are today now, to build up a cross community, which we have a wonderful cross community, and we're not going to let anybody spoil that on us. We're going to stand strong here, and we're going to, we're just going to let our politicians know that they're not going to divide us.